Hello scholars, this is Miss Sanders coming to you with another video. So we do have our end of topic exam for Unit 2 on this coming Tuesday and Wednesday, depending on what your B day or A day is. Those dates are October 10th and 11th, if I'm mistaken, but whatever the 10th and 11th that week is, Tuesday and Wednesday. And so I wanted to give you some assessment questions that you might see, kind of go through some with you so that you can practice and look at how to work out these problems. So let's we'll do this in a 3-part video. Part A will be the multiple choice. That'll be a video. Then I'll do open-ended, then I'll do gritables. So for this first problem, a painter mixes green and white paint to make the shade needed to paint a bedroom. The table shows the ratios that he can use for the color he wants. So here's our table, green cans, and they gave us those values, and then here are white cans, and they gave us those values. So they're saying for every 6 cans of green, you need 9 cans of white. The question says, which equation represents this proportion? Now, when we write our equation, I like to start it off with the proportion. And the proportion here in the problem is G over W. And I need to have some values. I'm just going to use the first value. I can use any of the values because they all simplify to the same ratio because this is a proportional relationship. So 6 over 9. Now, I can write 6 over 9, but I actually think I want to go ahead and simplify this a little bit further because why not? 6 and 9 both are multiples of 3, so I can divide by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. So I'm going to use that as my ratio. G, the cans of green, represents 2, so that's going to go in the numerator. The cans of white paint is going to go at the bottom, which is 3. So now this is in a proportion, which is still an equation, but I want to actually write this where only one variable is present. I notice it either has to have G or W. So I'm going to just start with G by itself. I want to get rid of the W. The W is on the bottom, which means it's the division part of it. And to get rid of division, I need to multiply. And whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So multiplication and division cancels each other. And I'm left with G on this side of the equation. On this side, there's nothing I need to solve. I just need to write. And do I see the equation that looks like this one? Yes, I do. It is A. Now, let's say I wanted to do it the other way. Let's say I wanted to write W over G, and my proportion is flipped. That's okay. I want to multiply times G on both sides because G is now in the division part of it, and G cancels, and I'm left with W equals 3/2 G, which is okay. I don't see W equals 3/2 G, which means that I would need to flip this to get the answer. So, I'm sorry, not flip it. This would be a possible answer, but since it's not up there, then it can't be the right answer because it's not up there. And notice that if G is out front, then it's written as 2/3. If W is out front, it's written as 3/2. So they're just opposite of each other. They're just flipped. And either one of these are the correct answer. Either one of these are the correct answer. You just have to look in the answer choices and see which one matches. And G equals 2/3 W does match because W should have 3/2, not 2/3. Now let's look at the next page. At an arcade, tickets can be purchased to play games. The table shows the total cost for number of tickets purchased. So here's the relationship. It's asking me to write the constant of proportionality. That equation is K equals Y over X. In the table, they give us Y, and in the table, they give us X. I'm going to use the smallest value possible because I don't like to do any kind of extra adding if I don't have to. So in the table, I see that I'm going to use the first coordinates. The Y is 6 and the X is 8 because Y always goes first over X. Oh, sorry. Over 8, excuse me. I see that this can be simplified. These are both multiples of 2. So I'm going to divide by 2, K now equals 3 divided by 2 is 3. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I noticed that my values in the problem are in decimal form. Please go back and watch the video, how to convert a fraction to a decimal. In that video, I taught you that you're going to divide. The numerator goes inside the house. The denominator goes outside the house. I cannot divide 4 into 3, but I can divide 4 into 30 by adding a decimal 0. 4 into 30 is 7 times. 7 times 4 is 28. I subtract, I get 2. I don't want a remainder, so I'm going to add zeros until I don't get one, or I get a repeating decimal. So 4 into 20 after I bring down that 0 is 5. 5 times 4 is 20. So my answer is 0.75, or you can add that 0 there, 0.75, which is the answer B. Number 3, a recipe says to use 9 cups of flour to make 72 cookies. What is the constant of proportionality that relates to the number of cookies made to the number of cups of flour? So constant of proportionality is y over x, but they don't say y over x. They actually give you the order in the problem of the constant of proportionality. They said, what is the constant of proportionality, K, that relates to the number of cookies, that's first, to the number of cups of flour. So in the problem, cookies was 72 and cups of flour was 9. So now I just need to simplify that fraction. 9 into 72, well, they're both divisible by 9. 9 divided by 9 and 9 divided by 72. 72 divided by 9 is 8. 9 divided by 9 is 1. So my constant of proportionality is 8 because 8 over 1 is just 8. Next one, the ratio of 7th grade students to 8th grade students in the school band is 3 to 4. So since 7th grade went first, it goes with 3. Let's color code this one. Since 7th grade goes first, it goes with the 3. And since 8th grade goes second, it goes with the 4. It says there are 36 7th graders in the school band. What is the total number of students in the school band? So this one kind of gives you a curveball. It's giving you 7th and 8th graders, but it's asking for the total number of students. So your actual ratio is total students on the bottom of the fraction and 7th grade students on top, because it says there's what is the total number of students in the school band. So 7th grade to total. Now I just need to come up with my ratio. If I have 7th grade, they told me it was 3, but I don't have a total. But I can add these students to find a total. 3 and 4 equals 7. And if I have 36 7th graders, I want to figure out how many total students. So I can actually multiply to find this out because I see an actual scale factor. From 3 to 36, I can multiply by 12. So now I need to figure out what times 12, or 7 times 12 equals x. So now I'm going to do that math. 12 times 7, because I don't know that by heart, and that's okay if I don't. 84. So that means that the total number of students is 84. Our last multiple choice response. Oh, that was it. So here is our multiple choice responses. These are some questions that you might see on your test. Go through the video, rewind it, make sure that you know how to work these problems for your test. These are not the problems that will be on your test, but they are very similar. You got this. Rewind it as many times as you need. Bye.